Hello, beautiful people. My name is Tammy Salsa. I am a licensed clinical social worker, a mental health therapist, the author of Lessons from the Listening Lady, and the proud owner of a therapy life center, a group practice located in Garfield, New Jersey, where we offer both in-person and virtual therapy. I decided to start this YouTube channel because the feedback I was getting from my clients is they would come to therapy, they would leave here feeling inspired and encouraged, and then as each passing day between sessions, they would find themselves falling back into old thought patterns and old behavioral patterns. So I thought, let me create a space where I can be your inner voice, and you can have these daily reminders to connect back to your heart and essentially remember who you are. That is my mission for this channel, is for me to use my voice and my wisdom to inspire you to change and develop yours. With that, I created a 4-step approach to healing. And this is the approach that me and my team use here at a Therapy Life Center. The first step is always in gaining self-awareness. We cannot change what we don't acknowledge. So the first step is really getting curious on who you are. What are the situations? What are the thoughts? What are the things that have created you? What are your limiting beliefs? Really getting curious on what is the story you tell yourself every day. And once we have gained that self-awareness, then I really encourage my clients to connect to something greater than themselves. We often get stuck in our physical reality, in our physical existence, and we lose a connection to what I like to call a higher power or our higher self. Some people connect it to the universe or like a collective consciousness. For others, it's in nature and in the earth. Step 2 is really about connecting to your spirit, your heart, your soul, a God of your understanding. So once we have the self-awareness and we're connected to something greater than ourselves, then we can work on the reprogramming of all those self-limiting beliefs that are no longer serving you. For many people, we have these beliefs that come from our trauma and in our childhood, and they're really self-defeating and they're really unhealthy. And we don't think fondly of ourselves, and we talk down to ourselves, and we have these beliefs that we're not good enough or that we're not capable, and that keeps us playing small, and that keeps us from putting ourselves out there and really going after our dreams. And what happens is we get stuck in then what some people call like Groundhog's Day, where we are observing our reality and we're creating this reality, but because we're having these unhealthy thoughts, we're creating a reality that's not serving us. So we have the self-awareness, we've connected to something greater than ourselves, and now we're working on really changing those beliefs. Once we have those new beliefs, now's the hard part, and this is really where people get stuck. They understand all of this conceptually in their mind, but how do you apply that in life? How do you apply that when you're at the store and you're super stressed out and you're limited on time and now you're frustrated and aggravated and you're about to get into this reactive behavior? How do you use the self-awareness and these new beliefs in those moments? One of the tools that you can do during step 3 in reprogramming your brain is something that I call positive I am statements. And in my book, Lessons from the Listening Lady, one of the coping skills I've included is positive I am statements. And I can read a little passage from that book. I have truly gained an understanding of the power of making I am statements. And essentially that anything you say after I am is. Think about all the negative I am statements we make throughout the day. I'm tired. I'm hungry. I'm so stupid. I'm fat. How often do we say positive things about ourselves? Like, I'm healthy. I am strong. I am capable. It almost sounds weird to say. In reprogramming the brain, we need to create a new identity. We need to really develop healthy I am statements. A personal thing that I do every day is in my journaling, I write I am statements, and then I end them with I am grateful and then go into everything I am grateful for. So I may say something like, I am happy, I am strong, I am capable, I am following my life's passion, I am grounded here on earth, I am supported, I am using my voice every day to do good in this world. And then I'll say, and I am grateful. I am grateful for my home. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for courage. I'm grateful for the ability to reach the most people. I am grateful for abundance. And I just let it flow through my journal. And you'll see over time when you begin this, it's almost elementary, and you'll say things like, I am happy and I am smart and I am talented. But over time, if you keep doing this, you'll see that your I am statements develop into these very heart-centered beliefs about yourself. And you'll start with repeating them, you'll start to believe them. There will come a time that you write, I am enough. And maybe the first 3 times, there's this little bit of self-doubt that you don't believe that you're enough. But on the 50th time of writing, I am enough, there's going to be something that's sparked inside of you that you're like, I am enough. That is true. I do believe that. And that's when that reprogramming has really set in. When you start to believe that you are all of these positive things that you have been focusing on each and every day. And that's really in the practice, in creating new daily rituals, new daily thought patterns, coming to channels like this, reading books like the one I've written, and really immersing yourself in, journaling, exercise, going for walks, doing meditations, really embodying the work on a more realistic level. You're doing a behavior versus just understanding it in your mind. I think in the future episodes, what I'll focus on and really, taking these 4 steps and breaking it down is in having you understand the ego versus the heart. The ego is that little voice inside your head that it thinks it's keeping you safe. It thinks it's protecting you. That voice inside your head was created in pain. It was created in trauma. And it's this little voice inside your head that tells you, nah, don't do that. I had that little voice inside my head when I was deciding to do this channel. That, no one's gonna wanna listen to me. Who's gonna come to this channel? It's not worth your time and energy. That little voice inside my head was really trying to keep me safe. But the flip side to that is following your heart. And in following your heart is where your soul lives. The heart is where the intuition lives. The heart is where that inner knowing is. So the heart whispers. The heart is that little nudge that says, you should really do this. You could really help people. Even if you just reach one person, it's worth it. And then the ego comes in and starts yelling at you saying, no, and comes up with every excuse and reason why. So really, when you can understand that that's what's happening, you can tell the ego to be quiet. You can connect back to your heart. You can decide to do something different. You can decide to get out of the comfort zone and take the chance and take the leap of faith and go after what you really want in life. Lessons from the Listening Lady, Adolescence and Anxiety, A Family Guide to Making the Mind, Body, and Spirit is available on Amazon. I wrote this book because as an adolescent, I suffered with anxiety. I was that kid who broke out in hives because I was so anxious that my feelings were coming out through my skin. And at that time, I didn't know that that was anxiety. It was really a lonely journey because my family, my parents, we didn't know that that's what it was, and we were really treating it as a physical symptom, not knowing that it was a mental health symptom. So this book really is about helping kids and their parents have a guide to what anxiety is and how to manage it and cope with it better. Throughout this book, I am having 2 conversations. I am having conversations with just the children, and then I'm also having conversations with just the parents. And it really is a step-by-step guide on what you each can do individually and what you can do as a family to manage the mental health, creating a family lifestyle that is healthy and happy It teaches you how to take control back over your mind, over your emotions, and over your behavior. We so often find ourselves disempowered and simply living and existing in survival mode. And this book really helps you to become more mindful and not mindless. Becoming consciously aware of how we are talking to ourselves and how we're talking to each other. Really getting clear on what are the family's goals? What are the family's beliefs? What are your values? Do you have a connection to a higher power? Or are we just living each day in this daily stress, in the hustle and grind, and then at the end of the day we find ourselves depleted, and then each morning we're finding ourselves fighting to get out of the bed and out the door? This book is really here to help you to gain little practices that can help you shift the energy within yourselves and within your family and within your households.